Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
That social media can be a beautiful thing or it can be a monster for us. And, so depends on where people decide to get their information. Is it going to be factual? Is it going to be hearsay? And we battle that every day.
The Moorhead community is still reeling after a social media threat had parents pulling hundreds of kids out of school yesterday. And now experts want to get everyone on the same page so it doesn't happen again.
An image of a student holding replica guns along with the message, "Don't come to school Thursday," started circulating yesterday, spreading panic through Horizon Middle School.
Scared students asked their parents to pick them up, and by the end of the day, about 320 students went home early, afraid of a school shooting. That fear carried over today with 360 students missing from school.
Moorhead police tell Valley News Team's education reporter Veronica Marshall there was never any threat to student safety.
It started with a picture.
The original picture was actually 3 weeks old. It was an isolated picture of nothing at the school. It was actually at home, outside of school completely.
But thanks to social media, it spread and it changed, turning one bad decision into two.
Once you put a picture out there, you no longer own that.
And yesterday, a student decided to take that original picture, add text to it, and then resend it out.
The original picture of a Horizon Middle School student posing with airsoft guns now included a caption warning other students not to go to school Thursday. The image was shared around the school and the community, inciting a panic that community leaders had to chase.
We have students that are sharing with other students, that are sharing with other students, that may send it to a parent who now sends it to other parents. It becomes pretty overwhelming about where that message goes, and we're playing catch up trying to get to that message.
They say the original picture and added text never amounted to any real threat to students. Instead, they were attention-seeking attempts, common for kids at this age, but amplified by social media.
Kids aren't ready with some of the decisions. They don't look at how it's going to affect them tomorrow, let alone 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year down the road.
But youthful mistakes can have powerful consequences when you add in the internet. That's why experts say it's up to everyone to make sure kids understand the impact of social media.
We can't guarantee these aren't going to happen again. I can probably put more of a guarantee that it's going to happen again, unfortunately. But we're going to look at trying to improve the education with the students on the responsibilities of social media.
Well, they are 13 years old. They're going to make some decisions that they hadn't think through. And that's our job to try to help them as adults and as parents.
In Moorhead, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
Police say there may be an increased police presence at Horizon Middle School tomorrow, not because there's any security threat, but to make parents and students feel more comfortable. District staff and police also met today to figure out how to respond faster and try to share more information with parents as situations arise.
But it's important for us to make sure that we move forward as thoughtful, but as quick as possible.
That was Matt Larson speaking Tuesday about his search for the next North Dakota State head football coach. Just 2 days after that press conference, NDSU announces its 31st head coach. Valley News Live sports director Beth Houle joins us early with more. Beth?
Yeah, thanks, Andrea. After 5 seasons as defensive coordinator, Matt Entz is named the next Bison football coach. NDSU athletic director Matt Larson promoting him this evening. Entz is taking over the reins after Chris Kleiman was announced as the Kansas State head football coach Monday evening. Tuesday afternoon, Matt Larson held a press conference where he set his intentions to hire someone with a strong understanding and respect for the traditions already in place at North Dakota State. It took just 2 days to officially announce that man as Matt Entz. It is a decision widely celebrated by both current and former players, including both Chris Board and Nick DeLuca, two of Entz's former linebackers that are now in the NFL. The overwhelming sentiment, one of celebration and praise for Larson's decision. It's officially set to be announced Monday with a press conference. Coming up later in sports, more reaction, including Chris Kleiman's thoughts on the hire.
All right. Thank you, Beth. You can also follow this story at valleynewslive.com.
A lot of people are loving the warmer temperatures, but we pay the price when all that melting ice is up on roadways and sidewalks. Hutch, it's slick out there now in spots. Any more worries overnight or maybe tomorrow morning?
No real concerns as we head through the overnight hours. In fact, the satellite showing a clear spot here over the valley. A few clouds out in the western Dakotas. Clear skies good tonight. If you like watching for meteor showers tonight, after the moon sets really here, as we approach the 11 o'clock hour, we could see upwards of 100 meters per hour. As we approach 2 a.m., that's when the peak is supposed to be. So take a look outside if you're heading outdoors. Tonight's temperatures will stay nearly steady as we go towards morning, mid-20s. So watch for those slippery spots on your commute to work. I'll have details on how warm we get for your Friday afternoon here in a few moments.
Steady at 25 in the evening. That's pretty good in December.
It is.
Thanks.
2 people were arrested after at least 8 cars were broken into overnight in the 3300 block of 16th Avenue South in Fargo. Chancellor Lewis and Hannah Dahl are in jail after someone gave police a description of police breaking into cars. Police say they later stopped the 2 in a car and found stolen goods inside. A 16-year-old boy was also picked up but released to his parents. If you were a victim, you can call police at 451-7660.
They started trickling in across the nation today and then made their way here. Emailed bomb threats hitting businesses, hospitals, schools, and government agencies, prompting some evacuations and even some shutdowns.
Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero has been following this story, calling all around the area to find out who's been impacted. He joins us live with more on this threat. Joshua.
Mike and Andrea, we checked with police departments, schools, and hospitals in the Northern and Southern Valley. They tell us they didn't receive the email bomb threat that caused panic. Yet, that's not the case for Western North Dakota and parts of Minnesota. 2 bomb threats in Williston today shut down streets and forced people to evacuate their homes and businesses. Williston police say a business received an email threat at around noon. In Weshek, a hospital closed its doors until given the okay by police. Police in Alexandria, Minnesota say they were called to several businesses to investigate bomb threats. Law enforcement agencies say the threatening emails were part of a spoofing scam. The email says people need to immediately send a Bitcoin payment or else a bomb will go off. The threat isn't considered credible by law enforcement. Law enforcement agencies in Cass and Grand Forks counties tell us they didn't get any reports of a bomb threat. If you receive one of those emails, call your local law enforcement agency. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Joshua. We also checked hospitals and schools in Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead. They tell us they never got that bomb threat email. Investigators have determined the emails were sent from different email addresses and listed different Bitcoin addresses, too. They were traced to an area around Moscow, Russia.
The Sanford Roger Maris Cancer Center serves around 300 patients every day, with half of them traveling more than 50 miles to get treatment. Time is winding down on a fundraiser today that the Sanford Health Foundation is hosting. It's called Change in 24. Money from the 3rd annual event will help provide gas cards and a place to stay for patients traveling many miles for treatment. Now, all proceeds will go to support the patients at the center, and there's still time. So if you'd like to make a donation, just head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the hot button.
A popular holiday train will be in Enderlin, North Dakota tomorrow. Today, it made a stop in Detroit Lakes as part of its 20th annual festive journey. Those who attend are asked to make either a food or monetary donation that will benefit their local food shelter. The holiday train has been rolling through the U.S. and Canada since 1999. It features 14 rail cars decked out in holiday lights. After stopping in Enderlin tomorrow, the Canadian Pacific holiday train will continue on to Carrington, Hankinson, and Harvey on December 15th before wrapping up the trip in Saskatchewan on December 16th.
Looks like fun.